Ball tipped up, deflected in the air. The running back's like, all right, I'll take it. I'll make the catch. That goes down in the stat book as a catch.
Quarterback keeper. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Now they'll run it to the right here. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28 and it's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab on the left. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And the Mustangs will hustle to the line. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. He's got him and they convert. Ball's out. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
Yeah, and that is so frustrating because he did the right thing. He got the first down, got past the sticks, but didn't do the most important thing and take care of the football, and that goes right back now to the defense.
And a great job, David, by the defense not quitting on the play, right? Of course, they saw him getting the first down, but they were still pursuing. They still got hats to the ball. They were able to rip it away, and that is a huge game-changing, momentum-changing type play now.
They'll start this one from the 29 on 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
Now that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On 2nd down, wants to throw. Gets it out fast. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flat.
Clemson set up with another 1st down. Looking to move it through the air. Got his man. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tigers. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Texas A&M is on top right now, but kind of fittingly for the First Lady of Aggie Land, Reveille, this has been a dogfight today. They are up by 7 over Arizona. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. He's got it inside the 30. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. This offense has to be feeling it after that last one, and they'll snap it 1st and 10 just outside the 20. Reads it, fires complete. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
The Mustangs in the hurry-up. Quarterback will keep it. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs! Lining up to add another. And after the extra point, they cut the lead in half, down 14-7. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Getting that push, a pickup of 4 out to the 26. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. They'll go to the air. Pocket starts to collapse. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Gets his first one of the day away. Might be a little stiff. They only used him twice in that loss a week ago. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Leaves it with the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Defense is about seeing it and pulling the trigger, and you could tell they pull the trigger so fast, get to the back, get him on the ground quickly.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On third down, he drops to throw. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. Got open on the post and then had no regard for his body in making that catch.
Exactly right. You know you're going to get hit a lot of times coming over the middle of the field, but he runs that post, lays out, makes the play for his quarterback. That's a tough hombre.
And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw it to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew it, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better there.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete to the right. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. And the Mustangs will punt this one away. Has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field goal.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. Grab near the sticks. It's Knight. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Fast motion from the offense. Looking to go up top on first down. That's reeled in. It's Silva. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
He finds his man. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. And it's incomplete. It was wild, high, and wide on that one. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. 2nd and 10. He'll throw again. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a connection. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the holder will put it down on the left hash, a 34-yard attempt coming. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3-spot on the board. And the holder will put it down on the left hash, a 34-yard attempt coming. tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Ready to start the second half, and Clemson will kick it away. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
He's going to pass on second down. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. The Mustangs are in the hurry-up. They'll run it to the right. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you're going for it all. Hits him inside the 20, still going. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson.
Well, we know this offense can score points in a variety of ways. You saw it in the first half, and here we go in the second half. They're explosive. They've got playmakers all over the field, and they waste no time putting up another touchdown.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Texas A&M is currently ahead in this one, but they're not exactly making this easy for the 12th man. This is a tight one in College Station. They're up by a field goal over Arizona. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for.
Fires it into traffic, and it's picked off. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
Using his feet to buy time. And here's a fumble way behind the line. And the fumble trickles out of bounds, and a big loss on that play.
Man, you talk about a helpless feeling. When you're the guy who fumbled and you're watching that thing roll towards the sidelines, you're like, please get out of bounds, and it does. Tell you what, the offense has the lead. That was a big-time play for them.
And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
That is not an easy situation if you're an offensive lineman, second and third and long, because you know the D-line, they're coming. They know you're throwing the football. As an O-lineman, you better get out of your stance and get your hands up and punch and not miss. Because if you do, then that's what happens right there.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on third and long from the 26. Throws to the wideout. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. Clemson will send the punt team out. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. What a terrible, terrible shame. No opportunity to run it back as the ball goes out of bounds. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Trying to find his man on first down. Finds his back in the middle. They bring him down, but he's got a first and goal from the 10. And the Mustangs come to the line with a new set of downs. Gets it out quickly. Running through contact. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. The Mustangs want to crank the tempo. The run up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. They keep pushing forward down to the 3, but now it's 3rd and goal. Go straight ahead. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, SMU! Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
He'll call for the fair catch here. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time.
Oh, look out. There he goes. Inside the 30. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
This defense really needs to be careful, and they have to play with great eye discipline, understanding where the football is at all times. Moving forward, they have got to know if this guy has the ball, because he is dangerous in space.
Really good job by the defense being disciplined. They sneak the running back out. You see it. Keep outside leverage and go make us tackle in space on a guy that's used to breaking tackles, used to making plays.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right, and having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
They'll run it from the gun. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Mark it off as a 6-yard gain down to the 6-yard line.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your...
And it's intercepted. A turnover from the defense. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
What a big game-changing play. I love when you see defensive players, they jump on the ball like they were the offensive guys. So aggressive, going and getting that pick, creating some big mojo for your team.
The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. He wants to throw here on second down. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. And what a way to end the quarter for this defense, forcing the big turnover.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Clemson 21, SMU 14.
First down to start the drive after the break. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, oh, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. And I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
And if you'd have told this defense that they stuffed this great running back today, they'd have taken it. They'd have been happy, but the offense has still put up production, and they're still in the lead, trying to find a way to finish this one off.
And it comes as absolutely no surprise. The offense will stay on the field and go for it on 4th and inches.
Yeah, and I think those quarterback sneaks used to be for the big, strapping quarterbacks. But, man, nowadays, dude, all you got to do is fall forward, and it's such a hard play to stop. So you see this all across all levels of football, and it's just a difficult play to stop.
And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
You got to give the defense tons of credit because we know how much speed this quarterback has. That time you saw the pursuit. They were able to bring him down for a big loss on the sack.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. And he makes the catch inside the 10.
And they did everything right in this 4-minute type situation, trying to bleed the clock. First you get the completion, then you get the first down, and you stay in bounds. You could not execute that play any better.
A first down run in the red zone. Touchdown Tigers! And they take it in for 6 more points. They push out this lead in the 4th quarter, and it might be enough to give them that elusive second win of the season.
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Catches it inside his 20. Chance to really gain some ground. And the returner will be brought down. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Back open in the middle. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. And the Mustangs come to the line in the hurry-up.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
Now on second down. He's looking to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. He's got his man. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to imagine that this guy will be back leading this program next year.
Yeah, and you want to see him finish strong, and I think Coach needs to finish strong. All the negativity swirling around the program, obviously, you hear it. It's a...
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
Yeah, and now trailing with a little over 2 minutes, it's looking bleak. My defense has got to go out there and get a stop immediately. I got to stop the clock as fast as I can, try to save as much as I can, and then put my 2-minute offense together. There's a lot that has to go right for me to get back in this ballgame.
A nice way to go into the postseason and eventually the offseason with a W, but the question is, will it be enough to keep the Wolves at bay?
It's a great way to punctuate the season. You just have to wonder, though, if there were too many L's on the schedule to keep this guy around next year.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole body of work, right? You finish strong, but what does everybody look at? Like, how many games do you win? Who do you beat is important, right? Do you beat your rivals? Like, there's so much more. Do you have the team's ear still? So there's a lot that goes into the decision-making, but it was definitely a disappointing season.
And if they can find the end zone here, that might be all she wrote. First and goal. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And they're able to make the tackle.
And that's just an example of the defense having a better play call than you have on offense. I like the creativity offensively, but how about the defense having their cornerback in position to make the play?
And the D deny them on second and goal. He's looking to throw. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba. If they can pay off this third and goal opportunity, man, oh man, those collars start getting a little tight across the way. Quarterback on the move, still looking. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
What a third down stop by this defense. Third down and goal, no problem. You know that guy. Every time he touches the football, you hold your breath because he's so dynamic at the quarterback spot. They were ready, and they forced the fourth and goal.
He's looking to pass. Going for 6. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
This is frustrating. You know, you're an offense, you're in a great position, you're up by 2 scores. All you do is take care of the football. Premium, taking care of the football. We're trying to run some clock. We're trying to get out of here with a W. Turning the football over is the worst thing you could possibly do.
From his end zone, needs to be careful here. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And how about that play? Even with the short return, they're in the red zone. They've got it at the 17. The offense starts with a short field. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Quarterback moving. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Get the quarterback off the spot. Make him flush from the pocket. Put a good hit on him. Check, check, check. You want to do everything you can to make the QB uncomfortable.
This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And you know what? You kind of deserve that. Late in the game where you could run the clock out, still throwing the football all over the yard. Now this game, it's a long shot. Gave him a little bit of hope.
He makes the connection. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a first down. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Trying play action. He's going up top here late in the game. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
He's going for the big play. Pulls it in inside the 10. Touchdown, Tiger. Reeled it in and just made the house call. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. On first down, here comes this offense. He's going to pass. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession. We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt like they had a real good game plan offensively and defensively coming into this one, David. There were some matchups on the field they thought they could exploit. We saw that happen here.
No doubt. Good job by this coaching staff, understanding who's out there to make plays, feeding them the football, offense, defense, special teams, all working together to get the W.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.